Hi, my name is Galia Paliga, and I am the president of NC National Organization for Women, also known as NC Now. I've been involved in the Raleigh Women's Marches since the beginning. Women and allies all over the world moved in defiance in similar directions. Trump becoming president pulled a lot of women into fighting for a better future, and it forced many to run for office to be the change they want to see. As NC Now president, part of my role is to tell members and others about what's going on around the state, to document events, and we do that. It's been a joy with the women's marches. There were 13 women's marches in 2017 in North Carolina alone. An estimated 5 million people marched worldwide. And Wikipedia claims the women's marches were the largest single-day demonstrations in U.S. history. The right to assemble is recognized as a human right and protected in the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Not that Trump would know that. Speaking of the Constitution, 2020 is the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment. As you know, some women gained the right to vote in 1920 with the passage of this, but too many women were prevented from voting for too long. Black women, indigenous women, immigrant women, poor women, many were prevented until 1965, and voter suppression is back with a vengeance. As we've learned, having the right to vote is not enough. We have an article on suffrage centennial events over the last year, Now does. They began with She Changed the World kickoff event in September of 2019 at the state capitol in Raleigh, with many women's organizations involved and sororities and everything. And this summer we had a When Women Gather Uniting for Positive Change event on July 25th. This event evolved, as did everything this year. It started as an in-person women's conference at Bennett in Greensboro, but became a magical morning on Zoom, and we got to reach a lot more people than we would have at Bennett. Another change we've seen is Black Lives Matter in the context of women. This year, the extended George Floyd protests became the largest nationwide protests. They started May 26th, and they're still going. At our state conference on October 9th, Dr. Valerie Johnson is going to speak about racial injustice in the justice system for women. For example, changes that resulted from the killing of Breonna Taylor in Kentucky would not have happened before the Black Lives Matter protests. Next is the military Me Too movement. My attention this summer has been riveted on the disappearance and gruesome murder of Vanessa Guillen. The disappearance kicked off a military Me Too movement, and there is actual change coming to the military handling of sex crimes, finally. And really, it's also coming to Fort Bragg in Fayetteville. We're having a panel on what is still wrong with Fort Bragg's handling of sexual assault and sexual harassment and how to handle these. Please join us October 9th and 10th on Zoom for our conference. I'm out of time, but the thing here is we need to focus women's power now on the vote. We must get this cancer out of the White House. Our theme is voting our future now, and that is what we must do. Go vote.